Subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel, baby. We are so back. We are so back. Welcome, welcome. If you're not already subscribed, do you just hate me? Probably. Anyway, I'm probably going to up his name. Be ready for that. NAVI announced, what is it, Mikazi for promotion? They're calling up their academy prospect to the main team, but are yet to reveal who he will be replacing. So now we get to do the fun thing of like, guys, in the comments below or in Twitch chat right now, who do you think he's going to replace? I'll give you guys a hint. It's not going to be a wonderful. All right. All right. So NAVI has announced that the 18-year-old will be on the main squad. You know, basically that squad, they're seeking a buyer for the rest of the players. We'll kind of talk on that here in a second. Basically, they're plucking Mikazi from the academy roster, bringing him up, and then they're going to sell off the pieces of their NAVI junior team. And they're doing this, I feel like, out of respect to the players, if I'm being real with you. If you guys don't understand why they're doing this, it's not that they lost faith in the NAVI junior roster. It's that quite literally they're doing too good, and NAVI is just holding them back in the current state. So it's important to note why they're doing that. So they're pulling up Mikazi, but they're so high ranked that for those of you that do not keep up, they basically can't accept invites because you can't have two teams in the same tournament. So they are doing such a good job that they are doing too well to the point where now they are missing opportunities to play in tournaments, and NAVI is trying to sell them and move them so that way they can go play it, because that's where they deserve to be. They've earned it. Like they need to, hopefully they can figure it out. These players are really talented. They're super young, bright futures. Kind of sucks that like the entire roster has to kind of like move like this, and hopefully NAVI doesn't play too much of hardball. I don't think they will. That's what's happened right there with the NAVI junior team. Now back to Mikazi. So he will not be coming in for wonderful. I'll tell you that right now. He's the hottest prospect of the team. So I'm just taking their words here. Averaging 1.19 in the last 12 months. And remember, this is a 1.19 that I feel like is a bit stronger than what you guys would come to expect, right? So this is what he's been doing the last 3 months, 67 maps. But these guys, they're not just playing in academy leagues anymore. These guys are playing tier 2 Counter-Strike. Recently beat NIP, which keck W, but still, like they are farming. They are farming. They aren't just playing other academy players. These players are coming in ready to go, ready to frag, ready to play on these big boy teams. Yeah, so just talking about how hard it will be to make a change. We all play. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the NAVI problem, right? They're talking about, you know, just this idea that NAVI's problem is that they all kind of play good and then they all decide to collectively play bad. And that's just a really hard problem to solve, especially when you had as much success that NAVI did right away in 2024 and for most of 2024. So that's kind of the issue is like, if you're Blade, who do you remove? Because it's not like everybody in the team is doing incredibly well. Right, they're all taking turns being shit, and they all have their own roles. So NAVI will still have yet to reveal who will be removed from the roster. Hyper aggressiveness, so they're using HLTV score to promote it. But I do like it because as somebody like myself who doesn't watch these games as much, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like seeing stuff like this gives me a better idea of what type of player this guy is. So opening means he is literally looking. This motherfucker is This guy is basically playing like donk. To give you an idea of like what these numbers mean, this guy is trying to find ways to get in there and try to be a can opener for his team, and he's having a lot of success doing it. So this is where I was going to get to next. This is who he shares the most. Like Emma is secondary caller but can opener for the team, along with like JL will sometimes, like they kind of take turns. I'd say Bit is usually on the wings lurking around and picking where he wants to go, and then JL and Emma kind of take turns, but Emma's usually the guy that's like creating the space, creating the havoc. I do think that JL's individual level is probably what's been most detrimental to NAVI throughout the year. He did play better at the major, but also if this is who they're getting, if this is what NAVI sees, and this could be less that they think Emma's bad and more so that they just have so much faith in this kid that they like feel like they need to do this and they need to make a change, and he's the best player available. I do feel like this move is kind of like this quote right here. Even if we remove someone, suddenly it's not because he let us down. I do think there's some truth to that right here, which is I don't think this as much as Emma being some terrible player, and if I'm assuming it would be for Emma. I think this is more like the team is stuck. They need to make a change. This is their best available player. This kid's super young and talented, and this is who he would share and have like the most success slotting in for. Who knows? We gotta wait and see. You really don't know where any of this shit is going until the tweet and the contracts are signed. and explaining the reason behind the sale of Navi Jr., the organization, limitations of the CS ecosystem, meaning two teams can't play in the same tournament. Yeah. So, short version, they're too high ranked. They're playing too good of Counter-Strike. Navi needs to sell them and rebuild another junior roster, and hopefully somebody will buy them. That's where the Navi Junior roster is at. Yeah, exactly. They want to definitely promote Makazi and give him a chance because you don't want to. I don't know, like the Spirit situation, for example, is weird, right? Where like they're letting Kyosuke go. Now it does seem like they're focused more on the role itself and who they wanted to replace Magic's, but still, like I think Navi just wants to make sure they're getting the best available player. And why would you go out and buy a player that's more than likely going to be older and less talented, or at least less proven already, right? Like this just feels like Navi's making a lot of sense. It feels weird because we don't get to see too much talent get filtered inside of an organization. Usually academy players get poached from other teams and then they play well for other teams. I'm trying to think, this would be similar to Dunk with Spirit Academy. This will be kind of like the next, okay, you've built your talent in-house and you've promoted your talent in-house, and let's see where it goes. This will be a real test to see kind of like what Navi's built out and see if it's fueling more. And you know what? I hope it does, because it's going to really make a lot of these organizations feel real fucking stupid for not investing in second teams. It really will. Like, these guys are just sitting here and basically just fostering new talent that are absolutely fucking cracked, while these other orgs are just paying them and buying an entire salary worth of a team to get one player. I like this move out of Navi. We knew roster changes had to happen. It'll probably be Emma, but you never know. What if it's Alexi B? What if it's Alexi B and Emma's the IGL now? That would not be the first time we've seen Alexi B get cucked. It would not be. It would not. It's not even close to the first time we've seen that. Guys, I saw fucking Alexi B get blamed for the NIP project before he went to Navi. Like, I've seen it all, okay? I've seen it all. It could happen. You never know. Subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel. Leave a comment below about who you think he's going to replace. We're farming.